No surprise here, Brock Purdy is officially out for Thursday night's game against the Rams. That's right, a divisional opponent, a divisional rival. Brock Purdy, who is your franchise quarterback, is not able to play, all because you rushed him back way too early. Brock Purdy, who sat out 2 games after injuring his toe in the week 1 game, decided to come back against the Jaguars, a game that was not a must-win. He came back too early, and instead of giving the team the best opportunity to win, he just led them to a loss, and all while doing is hurting his toe even more. Brock Purdy, whose initial injury we were told, was a 2 to 5 week recovery time span, which would have made sense if you put him on short-term IR just like you did George Kittle, which would have been 4 weeks. He could have came back after week 5, after the Bucs game, and been ready to go. Now what you've risked doing is an injury that, according to Victor 4, could last throughout the entire season. Or you have to figure out, is this a Joe Burrow situation? Is he going to need surgery where it's going to take 9 weeks to recover? I have no idea. And I don't think the 49ers do either, because obviously they rushed him back too early. And my guess is it comes down to 2 things. One, either they received pressure from Jed York. I paid a lot of money for Brock Purdy to be the franchise quarterback. He needs to be on that field. Or 2, Brock Purdy felt the pressure that Mac Jones won those 2 games back-to-back. And on his lower salary, if he won a week 3 and a week 4 game as well, or the next 4 games while Brock Purdy was on short-term IR, then you'd have a quarterback controversy. The issue with that is that's probably backfired, because if Brock Purdy has to go on a 9-week, surgery recovery time period, just like Joe Burrow, now Mac Jones has a chance to show the team that I could be the starting quarterback at a much lower manageable price. And then Brock Purdy becomes trade bait. He loses his starting position and now has to ride the bench. So it's unfortunate, because this could potentially be the downfall of Kyle Shanahan. By also rushing him back too early, even if Brock Purdy said, "I'm healthy," you could clearly see during practice he wasn't pushing off the foot the right way. He wasn't able to properly use his mechanics. He was putting more pressure on his shoulder. That's why a lot of passes were airmailed this past week. That's why there were 2 interceptions. That's why there was a fumble at the end. He couldn't properly scramble, which put the team at risk. And so hopefully Mac Jones can recover. If he ends up being, I guess the best case scenario for the 49ers, if you're a fan, is Mac Jones does create a quarterback controversy, wins these games that Brock Purdy's out, and the team can go on a run. All this to say is this has horrible written all over it, and hopefully the 49ers can turn things around.